Hi y'all, how you doing? Welcome to another episode of BigMa Life-ing. And today we're going to be talking about some lessons I learned on my spiritual journey so far since 2019 till date that I'd love to share with you. If there's any of these lessons that you guys agree with or have actually kind of like noticed, make sure you share it in a comment with me. Do not forget to like, subscribe, and share with someone who might actually want to watch this. So, how you doing?
Yeah, come on, hear something. That's big my life. Big my life. Come on, hear something. Though. Big my life. Come on, hear something.
All right, guys, welcome once again to my channel, The Big Ma Experience. And this episode of Big Ma Life, we're talking about my spiritual journey, the lessons I have learned. Now, if you're, new to my channel, I love talking about my spiritual journey because it's something that, I wish someone else had shared their own experiences with me, so that I could understand. A lot of people nowadays they're sharing, but they're sharing more of a general. I'll be sharing my own experiences, and these are a few things that I have learned so far on my journey, and we're going to discuss them in detail. I got them written in my notepad, so we're going to be taking them. So if you see me looking away, just know I'm looking at the points because I had to jot it down because my AUDHD brain is. All right, so first lesson I learned is that not everyone who claims to be spiritual is of the light. And this was something I had to learn the hard way because I was surrounded by people who claimed to be spiritual. And I realized that they were never talking about growth, about healing, they'll rather be gossiping about other people or trying to find out what's going on in other people's lives or even using spiritual divination to basically stalk other people, either online or offline. And then when it came to the dating scene too, I did come across a couple of guys who claimed to be spiritual. And me, I was thinking, oh my god, I want to meet my spiritual counterpart, my partner, and then I'll find out that they were just trying to use the knowledge, the limited knowledge they have on spirituality to try and game me. Imagine. I remember this particular one guy, he really like that's why I said love bombing doesn't work on me. He really tried to love bomb the fuck out of me. And he even bought me, I think I talked about it on one of my videos where he bought me this scented candle on our first date and everything. But all the things he was saying was just rubbing me off the wrong way. And I'm glad I listened to my intuition because by the time I got back to mine after the date and I finally found his hidden Twitter, hey, I realized I was dealing with a spiritual GBT obo, a spiritual scammer of the coochie. And thank God I didn't fall into that trap. And it's not going to be the only one I've met that way. I still, earlier this year, when I was still kind of open to dating, but not really, I just wanted to make friends. I met someone online. And the reason I matched to him, and that was the last time I ever was on any dating app, was because of he wrote something about quantum spirituality in his bio, and I'm like, damn, I love to talk about this type of shit. Let me, flow with this guy, and we matched and everything. But the minute we started talking, and I started getting spiritually gaslit, spiritually manipulated, I said, spiritual sayonara, bye. So you need to be careful out there. Not everyone who says, "Oh, I'm spiritual," is actually, of the light. I have befriended people who I thought were spiritual and of the light, but they were only cloaking, and they just wanted to get close to me so that they could, be under my light, which was actually a problem for me because why are you trying to siphon my energy? I got things to do with my energy. What makes you think it's free for all? And that was the problem I was facing with a lot of people on my spiritual journey until I realized this second point, which is very important, very important, very important. It isn't all love and light. There's a lot of dark, tower moments, shadow work, kundalini awakening. We're gonna get into it. Just hold on. Now, when I started my spiritual journey, I used to hear a lot of people say love and light. And I'm thinking, oh, it's so sweet, everything is so rosy, no issues. Once you're spiritually awoken, it's all gonna be smooth sailing. Huh? Lies, baby. Lies. The Lulu was not true Lulu, honey. Because tower moments. Now, a tower moment is basically when your life literally hits an upheaval And how you actually redirect when that happens is what is key. The first time I had a tower moment, I thought this was it. It's the end. This is the end. Literally, I thought that, I was about to be done with. But then the deeper I got into my spirituality, my beliefs, and my understanding of what a spiritual awakening is, I realized that when a tower moment hits, it's a chance for an elevation, either internal or external. And why would I take up a chance to elevate and instead wallow in woe is me, sorrow, sorrows, tears, tears? No, darling. Once the tower moment happens, I start like jumping. It's like phrases. It's like, oh, it's about to be lit, because that's the moment where you decide to either stand strong or fall down. And I would advise you, whenever you hit a tower moment, stand strong, baby. You got this. Believe me when I say you got this. Because the universe, source, will not tempt you, would not throw lessons your way, will not throw those, spokes in your wheel if it didn't have something better for you. So don't think that because something ended, oh, that's the end. No, 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 no. That chapter is closed. On to the next. That's what a tower moment is. And then shadow work, yeah, on this channel, I talk about it a lot. It's about finally facing your darkness, the shadows, those parts of you that the world, family, friends, society, whatever, relationships have made you abandon. It's about you facing them, understanding them, embracing them, being one with who you really are. That's what shadow work really is. It is saying hello to your demons. It's befriending your demons. It's taking them out on a date. It's making love to them. It's embracing them fully. Yes. So, hug your shadow today, darling. Own it. Kundalini awakening. Now, this is one. I remember I watched videos on here of people talking about their Kundalini awakening, and you would think you understand it from what they said. You just take the symptoms, but they will not tell you that it's like dying. Because if you understand the Kundalini awakening, it's a spiral from your spine down up. When it is awakening, literally, it feels like a snake shedding its skin. It's painful. It is painful, literal body pains. But that's because you're letting go of the old you. You're shedding the old you. And you're finally awakening to who you've always meant to be. All you just have to do is write it out. Sometimes it happens more than once in your lifetime. But after you go through the first one, the next one is just like, we've been here before. It's all good. When I went through that shit, I felt like dying. I don't lie to you because it was so much pain. But it was worth it because I remember the next morning when I woke up, I swear it felt like I didn't know who I was before. It's like I shed so much of the old me. I became this person that was just like, I feel brand new. I feel brand new. Let me tell you, baby. So it's not love and light, too. It's a lot of inner work. It's a lot of hard work. It's a lot of soul work, inside and outside. And trust me, it is super rewarding as long as you understand what it is you're doing. Now, the third lesson I learned, which refers to the first point I made, is that boundaries. Boundaries are a must, honey. And I'm not just talking physical, emotional, sexual, mental, spiritual boundaries. Spiritual boundaries. Spiritual in your physical, spiritual in your mental, spiritual in your emotional, spiritual in your sexual, and even in your financial. You need boundaries. And you determine what boundaries work for you. Now, a lot of people think boundaries are so other people don't do so and so to them. No, boundaries are for you. At the end of the day, when you set a boundary, how the person reacts to that boundary isn't the issue. It is what you do after that boundary has been crossed. That's what matters. I think I said it in one of my former videos or one of my recent videos where if I set a boundary and I say, if you touch this thing, I would slap you. And you touch it and I don't slap you, it's going to give you a sense of, oh, you can definitely just override me because I don't mean what I'm saying. But if it's that you touch it and I slap you, you will know I mean business. I'm only using this as an example. I do not condone violence. Wink, wink. I do not condone violence. So if I say that, this is my boundary and someone crosses it, it is what I do when that person crosses it that matters. That's why boundaries need to be in place. And you also have to up your protection, your spiritual protection, your physical protection. Physical protection can look like your environment. Is it clean? Is your house clean? Are you keeping a clean, smelling, nice looking, space where you're living in, where you're existing in? Even yourself, are you taking care of yourself? Are you eating better? Are you taking care of your skin? Are you taking care of your hair? Are you taking care of your body? Then your spiritual, your inward, are you doing your spiritual baths? Are you making sure that you are cleansing your space with Palo Santo, sage, whatever incense that works for you? Because once you start the spiritual journey, there are going to be entities of a lower vibration that will be sent to you. Do not forget, this is a simulation, this is all a game. And once you're waking up, it means it's time to hold your controller and play. You cannot go back to sleep, honey. It's time to play. And playing means you put all the things necessary in place so that you can win this game called life. Okay? Okay. You should also have your daily rituals in place to keep you grounded, from meditations to daily affirmations to whatever it is that is your daily practice that aligns with your person, with who you are. You should do those things because it will help you in the long run when life and things that are happening try to shake you. But if you have something to go back to that keeps you grounded, you'll be fine. You'll be doing amazingly great. So remember to always stay grounded, always get out in nature, go to a body of water if that's your thing, stick your feet in the grass and the sand, hug a tree, look up to the sky and just be. It's one of the best things about, this whole thing, this whole journey, when you just get to be. Love it. Now, the fourth lesson I learned is that not everybody needs to know everything that you are learning. This one I learned the hard way because I remember when I first had my spiritual awakening in 2019, I wanted to tell everybody what it is I was realizing about myself, my spiritual gifts, things I knew, of astrology or this or that. I just wanted to share the knowledge because I felt like, other people need to hear this. They would love this. They would enjoy this. They'll be able to use this to their advantage. And then I was being myself. Because at first, some people tried to use the information I was giving them against me. Crazy. I know. And then in other cases, people just start looking at you like, what the fuck are you saying? Because a lot of people have cognitive dissonance. They cannot understand what you're trying to say. They are so locked in the matrix that there's nothing you can say that will make sense to them. And there are just some people who want that information to know how far you've gone on your journey so they can use it against you. So you have to be careful. It's not everything you share. There are things, the more you go on your spiritual journey, the more you start to realize that there are things how do I put it? There are things that only spirit will tell you when to share. Once you get to know your spirit guys, once you get to trust your intuition, you will know when this is to be shared and this is to be kept. Because it's not everything that needs to go out there. Because there are people out there just waiting to get enough information on you to fuck you over. And we don't want that for you. So you gotta be careful. Gatekeep as much as you can. Yes, gatekeep as much as you can. Only general, whatever is good for the masses. Anything else, keep it to yourself. Okay? The fifth lesson I learned is that healing is not linear. Healing is an ongoing thing. Sometimes you think that you've already healed. Oh my, I don't heal. I've healed all my issues, my childhood trauma. I'm doing great. Hold up. No, you haven't. Because it's in stages. Since 2019 till date, I could literally just be having a good day, minding my business, just scrolling or just chilling or meditating, and then a memory that has been locked deep, 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 deep down, a feeling that I had shoved away for many years will just crop up. It could be something I see on my timeline as I'm scrolling. It could be a color, a scent, something that just reminds me of this thing. And next thing I'm down in the dumps, trying to understand why this feeling is coming out now. Whenever that happens on your spiritual journey, it means you need to heal that thing. It means it's time to understand why that feeling exists. It's not to dismiss it, it's not to ignore it, it is not to wallow in it. No, no, no. It's to understand it and then accept it so you can let it go. So that's why I say healing is not linear. Just about 2 or 3 weeks ago, I still had to heal from something that was a deep childhood, what's it called, trauma for me. But because I had been healing regularly and doing the inner work and introspection and shadow work, it wasn't something I wallowed in for less than 24 hours. For more than 24 hours, sorry, it was less than 24 hours. And felt my feelings. I journaled what I needed to, understood what I needed to, and I moved past it. And it really helped me and this person's relationship to become better because of the acceptance and understanding that it gets to a point in your life that you can't keep putting all the burdens on other people. Sometimes you have to take control of your own life, take your own power back, and go like, you know what? I'm no longer giving you the power to make me feel this way. I know how to make me feel. Nobody else has the consent to make me feel any type of way unless I allow it. And once you understand that, healing becomes, I'm not saying it becomes easy, but it becomes easier than it has been before. So, yeah, take your time, give yourself grace, and allow yourself to heal. Okay, baby? The sixth lesson I've learned is that true spirituality is understanding that darkness has to exist for there to be light. A lot of people think that the minute you become spiritually awakened, all the darkness will cease, all the spiritual attacks will end, all this and that is, as I said, love and light and all of that. No, darling. The darkness has to exist for the light to be there. It's like when they say, how do you appreciate joy if you've not known sorrows? How do you appreciate happiness if you've not known pain? It's the same thing. How do you appreciate the light if there's no darkness for you to be able to see it? It's just like the yin yang symbol. There's a little bit of light in the dark and there's a little bit of dark in the light. And the balance of both is what makes you grounded, makes you stay where you're meant to be, aligned with who you are. So, yes, you need the darkness. You need the entities. You need the, what's it called? The the evil eye. You need all of those things around you. You cannot banish it. You need them so that you do not forget who you are and where you're headed. So, what you have to understand is instead of worrying so much about the darkness, understand more who you are, what your power is, so you stay aligned. You know the darkness is there. Yours is to make sure that you have your boundaries and your protection in place so that it doesn't trespass farther than it needs to go. And even within you, you need your own darkness. That's what helps you have your strong boundaries. Because you cannot be all light, all empath, all good, all kind, all nice. No, 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 darling. There needs to be a little bit of evil in you. A little bit of evil in you. That's what makes you mean. That's what makes you stand on your 10 toes and say, darling, don't fuck with me. Don't fuck with me. I got some screws loose. I'm just saying. So, yeah, enjoy the darkness, embrace it, love it, but never let it overshadow your light. And the seventh lesson that I've learned so far on this journey of spirituality is that the higher you vibrate, the less unbothered you become. The higher you vibrate in love, the less unbothered about what's happening around you, all the fear they're trying to push into the society through the news, even online, all the distractions, you become very unbothered by it. You can actually allow yourself to exist in this matrix world, in this simulation, without absorbing all the energies it is throwing at you to bring your vibration low. And this way, it helps you to be able to go after your dreams, your goals, without losing track of where it is you're going. Because do not forget, you're going to be grounded. You're keeping your boundaries strong. You're embracing your darkness, but you also understand your light. In all of this, you're also loving yourself. You're accepting yourself whole. So you just become like, like you can hear the news, oh, blah, blah, blah happened. And you're like, eh, it's all distractions. At the end of the day, it's what you give your energy that grows. When you give your energy so much of the fear and the nonsense and the distractions, that's what you become. So it's what are you taking in? We're not saying, oh, ignore everything and just forget. No, no, no. It's more of a be an observer. Take a stance of observing, just watching everything happening around you. And like, all right, I see, but I'm not letting it into my bubble, into my space, into my energy field. That's what's important. So actually it's one of the best things I enjoy about spiritual awakening. Because I used to be someone that used to be super anxious because of so much, traumas I had to heal. I think I've talked about that too. But now it's a thing of, okay, I see. Simple. There's no absorbing nothing. There's no, woe is me. Oh my God, what's gonna happen? Nope. And I sleep like a baby. Well, as much as a baby can when it's cold. I'm just saying. And the final lesson I'll be sharing today, because we talked about gatekeeping and not giving it all out just like that, right? Anyways, the final lesson is this: being spiritual doesn't mean you detach fully from the world. It means living each day as it comes, following your dreams and goals, and being the most authentic you can be. At the end of the day, the reason we have been placed on this earth is to be our most authentic selves. If that means you are the whimsy, mystical type person, be that. If it means you're the gothic, dark person, be that. If it means you're the lady in red, always fancy and looking all good, be that. Do not try to be whatever it is society tells you to be. Do not try to reconfirm just because you understand spirituality now. Okay, let me see how I can balance both. No, darling. You either is or you isn't. It's that simple. So, yes, you can detach from certain beliefs and things, but do not detach to the point where you become such a hermit that you don't even go out anymore. You can't interact with people. You get too scared of being around people, because that happens on the spiritual awakening journey where you start to realize, you're awakening to all the energies around you, and you have not understood how to, harness or balance it. That's where anxiety comes in, being socially awkward and what have you, because you're like, oh my God, I feel everything, I see everything. What you have to do is get to the point where, yes, I see everything, I feel everything, but I have this dome of golden light around me that keeps everything away from me. So I'm fine. And I can go into the world and just be my most authentic self without caring what people think. Because here's the thing: once you have a spiritual awakening, you're going to become a very reflective mirror to people around you. Some people will hate you, some people will love you. At the end of the day, what matters is how you feel about you, not what other people are throwing at you. So that's the cocoa of all of these stories that I'll be telling y'all. Now, the true goal of a spiritual awakening is for you to remember who you are, why you're here, and how to live your most authentic life, whatever that might be. It's literally what I said. Just be your most authentic self. Who cares what anybody's going to say about you? I love the way I allow myself to be very creative with my accessories, with the way I look, with my makeup, with my hair, with even my clothes and what have you, the way I speak, the way I relate to people. I really don't care. Growing up, I was told so many times, oh, you're too garrulous, you talk too much. Yada, yada, yada. Now I don't give a fuck, because the truth is I only talk when I want to. If I don't want to talk, I'll be as quiet as a pin, honey. Or is it as quiet as when a pin drops on? You get what I'm talking about, basically. Yes, I'm a yapper. But my yapping is because I allow myself to yap. I'm not going to yap less to make someone else feel comfortable. Besides, when I'm yapping, I ain't yapping dust. So unless there's something I'm saying that's triggering you, why are you upset? Basically, you can always tune me out. You can walk away. You don't have to listen. Even you watching this and you're like, I'm yapping, you can fucking go. This video is meant to reach those who need this, who understand this, who get that being your most authentic self is the only reason you're being put on this earth. Because in that being is where you find your purpose, your goals, is how you fulfill your fucking dreams. Ah, and talking about dreams, my book is ready. The pre-order link is in the description. And if you're wondering what book is this is my 3-part memoir series titled Not All Men. And the part one is going to be dropping on my birthday a week from today, July 8th, honey. Yes, yes, yes. It's my birthday in a week. I'm going to be 41. I know, I know. And I'm dropping a book. I'm an authoress now. And the book is titled Not All Men, Part 1. Not All Men Are Sexual Predators. I know I've already put the book somewhere on the screen, right? Darling, darling, darling. Pre order it. The link is in the bio. And if you're too lazy to go to the bio, it's also on the screen. Go buy it because right now it's 40% off until the day it drops. So if you like to save money like me, go buy it now. If not, you're buying it full price from the 8th of July. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this far. You know I love you. You know I love you. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't yet. Make sure you like, make sure you share, make sure you buy my book. It's my birthday present. And I'll see you at the next BigMa Life-ing because you know we are always lifing. Love you, but God loves you more.
Come on, hear something. Big man life, bring Chelsea down. Today now hot this, no darling around. Life don't show me shaggy, I no pie. Now I they laugh of life.